First, this is going to be the last video I'm going to do, at least till the weekend. I've been putting out a video every day since, Thursday or Friday last week, mainly because of Truth uploading new videos between him and 7th, and it's been great fodder for me, but I feel like I need to take a break, so this will be the last one I'll put up for a while. I will say I'm not going to put up a video on his latest vid that he put up with him and 7th, because really there's no point to it, and I don't know, if you just watch the video, you'll see what I mean, because all it is just him almost yelling at the top of his lungs throughout the whole thing, and there really wasn't anything there I could pull from. I mean, I was thinking about doing like a parody video of that, but I decided not to waste my time. Today's my only day off from work this week, and didn't want to put too much time and effort into anything. That's why I'm freestyling this right now. So, a couple things going over here. Did watch his newest video about gaming news, and I do love how he calls out Microsoft for saying they're a little too late to the game with a supposed Xbox Slim, which we don't even know if it's real or not, and saying that Microsoft is basically just doing it as like a money grab or whatever. If anything, it's to reinvigorate the 360 a little bit. And you could make the same claim for Sony last year when they released the PS3 Slim. I mean, they were able to bring it down at a lower price point, cost them less money, and it was to reinvigorate the brand, and they sold a shitload of them. And it was a money grab on their part too, so you can't really say shit about Microsoft doing it when Sony did the exact same thing. And plus, you can't really say anything about Microsoft taking an idea from Sony or whatever, because Sony has done this every gen. They did it with the PS1, the PS2, now the PS3. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, I will say though, we are now going to go on to the Gears of War 3 announcement teaser. While it did look good, and there are a couple things on there that kind of make you wonder what's going to be in the game, was I impressed by it? Not 100%, because we all know that the first teaser for any Gears of War is going to be not necessarily representative of the final game. I don't necessarily mean that as a bad thing, but you got to look at the Mad World Gears of War trailer, which I still think is one of the best teasers that's ever been released for a game. It just was fucking awesome, especially with the music. Then you have the Rendezvous trailer with Gears 2, and there was another one, I forgot what song that they were doing, where you see Dom and Marcus getting into the, I forgot the name, it's been a while since I played Gears 2, but they get into those two-person drill bits, essentially, and drill down, and you see them inside shaking, and prior to it you see Dom, Marcus, Cole, and Baird up on top, kind of like, underneath the tree and shit. It wasn't representative of how gameplay. There were some elements that were in there, but it just gave you a quick glimpse of it, and I'm not gonna jizz my pants like a lot of people are doing over it. I mean, I love Gears of War, but I've gotten to the point now where it's now 3.5 years after the first one, give or take, and while I'm excited for it, I'm not gonna go jumping all up and down for a teaser unless I see some gameplay video footage. I will say it's funny, if you go to n4g.com, which I'm not advocating you do because it's a fucking cesspool of bullshit, but it's amazing that on all the articles about it, you have a lot of fanboys from one particular side talking about how it wasn't really that great, and it was just all one color, and it was all gray and everything, and of course they bring up Killzone 2, which is always funny because Killzone 2, its color palette is basically gray and brown. Don't get me wrong, I like Killzone 2 as well, although the single player story sucked, but what are you gonna do? There's always Killzone 3 for that. So one last thing I want to comment as far as on Truth, and then I'll move on to something else real quick, is that he was saying that, it's pretty much the end for Microsoft, or the 360, and they won't be able to keep up next year and everything else. My only question is, Gears of War 3 is pretty much the only confirmed title for the 360 for 2011, and last I checked, it's April 2010, not April 2011. So considering the fact that we've still got, what, 8 months left of this year, E3 is still around the corner, and nothing has really been announced for next year, isn't it a little premature to say that the 360 is done for this gen? I mean, come on. Now, I'll believe it's done for this gen once the next Xbox is announced. Which, considering the fact you got Reach coming out, you got Fable 3 coming out, you got Gears 3 officially on the 360 coming out, they're not going to announce another Xbox until after Gears 3 is released. You know, that's almost a guarantee. Now, once they announce the next Xbox, then I can see the Xbox 360 being done for this gen. But let's be real, they probably won't announce it until at least E3 of 2011. So we got another year before they probably announce the next Xbox. So that's it as far as Truth is concerned. I'm not going to make too much fun of them in this video. Just thought I'd throw something out there, and I already know this is running long, and I said I was going to keep it short. Fuck it. Yeah, I'd say that in all my videos. What are you going to do, right? Anyway, if anybody has any ideas for any type of masks, or if you have any links to any cool masks for, I don't know, they could be cold weather masks like this, you know, it's starting to get fucking hot outside, or, you know, just something to like a party supply store or something like that, you know, go ahead and put a link down here at the bottom in the comments, because like I said, I'm looking for something to use when I start doing my green screening work. Oh, one last thing, I haven't said anything about 8bitch in a while, but I did check out his channel just not long before putting this up here to see what other kind of dumbass stuff he has put up. And he does have a new video. Once again, he doesn't talk, he just, you know, writes, types shit up, and it's amazing. He always talks about being mature and say mature this, mature that, and calling the guy he's talking about immature, and yet this fucking fat ass is almost like Truth. He can't accept other people's opinions or that somebody disagrees with him. Yeah, that's maturity. Anyway, I noticed he took down the video about him and his bro, probably butt buddy, but he took down a video saying shit about Review Guru. And I gotta say, man, you know, you probably did pussy out. Although most people saw that you were being pretty pathetic, talking shit about him when he's just a 17-year-old kid still living at home, and you were talking shit about him. But at least, you know, have the balls to keep it up, even if people were thumbing it down, and even if people were calling you a fucking retard for it. You know, man up and keep the video up. I mean, I just did a video before this one where I'm acting gay and shit, and I'm not gonna, well, I won't say I was acting gay, but I was sounding gay. And you think I'm gonna take it down if people start thumbing it down or anything? No, I'm gonna leave this shit up. I have videos that are kind of stupid that I've thought about taking down, but I'm gonna leave them up, bro. Because that's the way I roll. I've got the balls to keep them up there, even if they are stupid ass videos. This might end up being one of them. Anyway, that's about it for now. I will say I did start another PSN account just because I've got the main one that I use is filled up with regular friends and family members that I've been playing with since before I started doing this. So I started putting another new one, so I do have a PSN, which is going to be Console Truth, spelled just like you see it here, and it's up and running. And if anybody tries to use that particular PSN ID as saying anything that I'm not a gamer or whatever, first of all, you're already on a casual. Second of all, of course, there's not going to be any trophies, or it's not going to show I played anything because I just started that account. I've had my PS3 now for about a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. So I do have a lot of games on the one when I do play them, or have time to play games. But on this new one, of course, there's not going to be any games listed. So don't try to use that to say that I'm not even a gamer or a real gamer or this or that. So I'm telling you right now, it's not going to have anything on there because it's a new PSN. So once again, if you want to add me, it's Console Truth. As far as my Xbox 360 gamer tag, I would love to put it up, but once again, that's pretty much already full as well. And of course, it would cost me money to change my gamer tag or to start a new one, and I'm too much of a cheap bastard, I'll admit it. When it comes to stupid shit like that, I'm a cheap bastard. I'm not cheap when it comes to paying for live, but I'm cheap when it comes to paying, what, 25, 30 bucks, whatever, to start a new account. And then also plus another $50 for that account when I wouldn't be using it probably any more than I'm using my current one with that I use now. So Anyway, that's it. I've talked enough, so I'll catch you guys later.